something, but.
Very competent IT.
Or Zoom doesn't want to work or something. Okay. Let me introduce. So this is the governance committee meeting, and we have President Gregory Nato, Alexander Church, and Mike Nepple. And we are going to be reviewing policies to be reviewed for recommendation to the board to approve at our next board meeting. So we will be reviewing mission statement, agency bylaws, the anti-harassment policy, board of directors duties and responsibilities, code of ethics, conflict of interest, FOIL policy, local labor policy, whistleblower protection policy, and not be reviewing the workforce housing policy, but that was on the agenda.
Okay, great. So there are some proposed amendments to update these documents. So I think we can just go through in order of the agenda. Looking at the mission statement, been updated just to reflect the 2025 year, and city is capitalized as a proper noun, which I fully support. Otherwise, does anybody have any comments or suggestions on the mission statement? Neither do I. Let's see. Next is the agency bylaws, which include quite a few cleanup changes and formatting changes. These suggested amendments were offered by agency counsel. Okay.
I will note one typo on page 15 of 18, under Article 8, miscellaneous, Section 1, ethics policy. The city of Newburgh is just missing its H.
Oh.
Yes, it does. So the questions that I have on page 10 and 18, executive officer and other personnel, there are two more substantive changes, just other than typos and changing of tense and things. So the first is a strike of the phrase, the executive director shall be authorized upon receipt of applications or other requests for benefits to schedule and I believe there's a typo there, and 829 of the IDA Act to give notice required to each local municipality in which a part or parts of the prospective project is to be located. Is there any more clarification on why that was struck?
I don't know. I do that anyway, so I don't know.
My next question was.
So I don't know if it's just not assigning it to me, meaning anybody in the office can do it.
Got it. Okay,
That's my assumption there.
that makes sense. And then the other one is under comptroller, then in the absence of a comptroller, the executive director in consultation with the board shall fill this role. That seems very straightforward to me, so I'll just note that for them.
Just looking at section 5 here. Do we have a resolution that's currently in effect that appoints you as the agency compliance officer?
I think that's in the housekeeping resolutions that we have for on Monday,
Okay.
but I can double check.
Um. The bylaws set the annual meeting as the third Monday in December, is that right?
Next Monday is the third Monday.
It seems a little. I don't know, not doesn't seem like the best timing for public engagement. Um,
On the other boards I'm onto it because they joined it with a different holiday party. So that may be why it was scheduled that way originally. They were thinking of their party, not necessarily engaged. The meeting that everyone will show up at, is the one where you have a party. Probably.
yeah,
You'll notice that this year. I did notice that this year.
But yes, agreed, not right, it's for,
We also, at the next board meeting on Monday, like, we'll set the dates for the entire year. And we have conflicts the first 2 months anyway. Come, I don't know, fall, like, we do summer break, we can also talk about that if we still wanna keep that, but, if a meeting is not working out, then we can always change, but obviously that just depends on everyone else's schedules. So.
Then we. Substantive comments. Beyond the changes that have been presented by the agency council here, but we have a couple days between. Now and the meeting, right? I mean, we can vote to report these out to the full body and then still discuss these at the meeting on Monday.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I can also email this out to everyone as well, they have a chance to look at it.
Okay. Anti-harassment policy contains quite a few changes. That I think we're all just seeing for the first time here.
Yeah, I mean, I guess a clarification on the blue versus the red, is one substantive and one is, I think.
Yeah, if I was able to use my laptop, I can pull it up and show you.
Did agents who.
Oh, sorry, I know why it's like that. I think because David. One of the attorneys started, and then two different people, and then Bob, I think, added comments to the list.
Okay.
Mhm.
Two different people.
Yeah, Bob started, I'm sorry, David started with the red, that was like really simple, and then Bob went in with the blue. And he made all of those changes, that's what it was.
So in the introduction, there's been some change made, to, I'll call it the list of discriminatory, I don't know. Behaviors, roles. I would like that to mirror, the New York State has just updated its constitution, so I would like to make sure that that language is, it seems we should. Since New York State is up to date, we should be, this very well maybe, I have no idea, but that.
Looks like it does. Yeah, but we should confirm for sure.
Yeah, the language is getting very specific from what it was originally.
Yeah, I think we can continue to review this between now and Monday. Um. It doesn't appear that. the previous reporting. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Um. And apologies if this was already asked and answered while I was distracted reading this, but. Did agency council submit reasoning or notes for why they offered these changes? Is this just to comply with the current law?
That I don't know, but I can ask.
A follow-up question to that, is this done every year? Is
Yes.
this substantially or,
No.
okay, right, so okay.
Yeah, we actually didn't even have this policy like 2, 3 years ago. And then this has been the most it's been updated since I've ever looked at it, and it was fierce. Like, I know we were using like a boilerplate version, like a standard version at that time, so to your point, I think the standard probably changed, and that's why we have all these changes.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's anything that
Yeah,
your question, but I guess to echo that, why are we doing, and maybe it is that the state constitution should be short.
all right. Board of Directors duties and responsibilities. Let's see any changes here, and I didn't have any changes to offer. I assume this reflects pretty closely state law, if not mirrored, but. If any comments or suggestions on this document. We can move on to the code of ethics, which has one substantive, well, I don't know if it's substantive, actually, it just clarifies that does not supplant or supersede the city's code of ethics. Explicitly incorporates by reference city's code of ethics. Government. This does supplant where, yeah, this does supplant where there's a conflict. Okay. Conflict of interest policy. I think we've all seen this. It's just some minor cleanup here. Foil policy. Does the agency get a lot of FOIA requests?
I get all the ones from downstairs.
Really?
They don't, well, I guess when you Google it, the IDA ones come up first. Otherwise, no, I don't. But I just forward them on,
Got it.
contemplating just changing anyone.
Yeah.
Usually like if it's an RFP, people want to know what the competition is. Yeah, otherwise send me everything from, send me the file now.
Yeah. How do we distribute RFPs here?
Well, we have the one for the structural one, and I was waiting to hear if I heard any comments from you, I didn't. So then I will post it on the website, and then I will post it on BitNet, like you said. And then I'll forward it to all of you, and then if you all know anybody, please share.
Got it. All right. Local labor policy. When's the last time we've solicited input, the trades on this? I know they're very supportive and tout this policy already.
Solicited, I would say never. We just implemented this within the last year. So we didn't have one before. And I think the idea was to really make, we didn't really have projects before, and then now we have a bunch, and so it was to really make sure that moving forward. We had something in place.
So I'll note that this one is a dated policy, that it would be updated.
Yeah,
It's okay.
mhm.
So it's that order we didn't have it.
What was the process for formation and adoption here? What was the impetus? How did we, how did the agency go about? How did this policy arise?
Is there a specific reason that we did it? I think it was
We started with the boundary when we put in that verbiage about using local.
Yeah, it definitely came about, like I said, either with the hotel or the foundry that there was no requirement. And then it was like, oh,
Hmm.
okay, we didn't get it this one, but like, let's make sure in the future
Right.
that that's required. And then also then we contracted Loki Bro, so they're the ones that do this work. We have somebody who's the developer will pay for
Come
that.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's from policy.
So no proposed changes for that. It is quite new. Our current, but as you mentioned, the year should change to 2025. Whistleblower protection policy for the conduct policy. We know when this was first adopted. Is this required by law?
I think so, yes. And I think this was before,
December, it says December.
well, this is from, yeah. But I think like the first initial is before my time. I would say it's always been as long as I've been at the idea.
think the committee at this point has reviewed all of the policies on the agenda. Do you have any additional comments or suggestions?
Well, I just will answer some of your questions, but those don't necessarily mean that they're gonna be edits, so.
Right. Do we need a vote here to refer these out to the event? All right. I move that the governance committee reports out for consideration and potential adoption, the following agency policies that are included on the meeting agenda dated December 12th, 2024.
Second.
I don't know if this requires a roll call, even though I'm still paying.
Any days for the? There you go.
All right.
Everyone agrees to close the meeting?
Yeah.
Correct. Stop.